This setup is one complete 240 TPD rock gold CIL plant flowchart, including feeding, crushing system, grinding system, gravity separation, leaching process, activated carbon adsorption process, gold-loaded carbon desorption, and electrolytic stage. The plant processing capacity can be customized as per the customer's requirement, like 120 tons per day, 300 tons per day, 500 tons per day, 1,000 tons per day, etc. Below is the detailed explanation for this flowchart. 1. Feeding and crushing system. The raw gold stone is fed into a big hopper via an excavator. There is one chute feeder under the hopper, which can feed the material into the jaw crusher evenly. The hopper can be made at the mine site by the clients themselves according to the real situation. The jaw crusher crushes rock into a smaller size. The output from the jaw crusher is transported to the next fine jaw crusher by belt conveyor. The fine jaw crusher crushes rock to below 20 millimeters. The output from the fine jaw crusher is transported to the next vibrating screen by belt conveyor. Material larger than 20 millimeters is sent back to the fine jaw crusher for crushing again. The output smaller than 20 millimeters goes to a transfer hopper via belt conveyor. There is one electromagnetic vibration feeder under the transfer hopper as well. It's also for buffering and feeding the material evenly. Transport the fine gravel to the ball mill by a conveyor. 2. Grinding system. The ball mill is used to grind the crushed gravel into fine powder to release the gold from the rock. The output of the ball mill goes to a spiral classifier for the classification of coarse particles and fine particles. The coarse particles are underflow of spiral classifier, which go back to the ball mill for regrinding. The fine particles are the overflow of spiral classifier, which go to the gravity separation machine, centrifugal concentrator plus shaking table, for recovering already liberated free gold after grinding by ball mill. The gravity tailing will be pumped directly to the thickener. This is Plan A. There is another size classification option. After ball mill grinding, the discharged slurry will be pumped to a hydrocyclone for size classification. Overflow material from the hydrocyclone goes to the thickener for precipitation, and underflow material goes to a vibrating screen with a mesh size of 2 millimeters. Underscreen material less than 2 millimeters will be pumped to the gravity separation system, and overscreen material larger than 2 millimeters will return to the ball mill for regrinding. This is Plan B. 3. Gravity separation. The gravity separation machine included a centrifugal concentrator, a shaking table, and a gold sluice box in the flowchart. A centrifugal concentrator is for recovering liberated free gold. The gold concentrate from the centrifugal concentrator goes on the shaking table for further separation, and the tailing from the centrifugal concentrator goes to the sluice box to catch more free gold. The middling and tailing from the shaking table and the tailing from the sluice box will all be pumped to the thickener for further processing. 4. Leaching process. The small fine powder from the spiral classifier will go to a slurry tank and use a slurry pump to pump the slurry into a thickener. Before the slurry is transported into the thickener, there is a safety screen to screen out some waste first. The underscreen will go to the inside thickener directly. At the same time, the flocculant is required to be added to the thickener. The overflow water from the thickener goes to the settling pond, and then the water can be recycled after sedimentation. The underflow from the thickener will flow into a mixing tank for mixing the slurry and chemicals. Then use a slurry pump to pump the material into the leaching tank. 5. Activated carbon adsorption process. 7 pieces double impeller adsorption agitation tank with carbon and roots blower work for adsorption agitation tank. The tank quantity and size depend on the process capacity. 6. Gold-loaded carbon desorption and electrolytic stage. The gold-loaded carbon will be transported to a linear vibration screen to remove trash. Then the gold-loaded carbon will go to a normal temperature and normal pressure desorption electrolysis system and will get gold mud after electrolysis. Then dry the gold mud in a drying oven. Finally, use a gold smelting furnace for melting the gold bar. The advantage of this flowchart: 1. It is suitable for any type of gold rocks and gold tailing materials. 2. It has a very high crushing rate because it uses 2 stages of jaw crusher and a vibrating screen to form a closed crushing circuit. 3. It can fast recover a part of liberated free gold from the ball mill with a gravity separation machine. 4. Gravity tailings are sent to the leaching and adsorption process, which uses a CIL plant to recover maximum gold. 5. Has the best gold recovery rate 95%.